And today another strange video makes its way into my life. I am going to do a little desk project. Now, as you can see over here, I have this is my recording desk. It is a fairly decent sit-stand desk. So it does the whole sitting and standing position thing. However, I have, shall we say, abused this tabletop that is on here. It is worn, it is bashed. If it wasn't for these coverings, it would actually look quite shoddy. So what I'm going to do, in fact over here I even have drilled holes into it to put mounts and things like that on it. I'm going to strip all of this stuff off here. So all my camera equipment and the whole lot will come off there. I'm going to give it a coating and clean it up, and the vinyl, I've got some vinyl coating which is it's a matte black, which will give it a nice finish and cover up all the holes and whatnot that I've damaged it over the time. And then it'll go and sit there and become my gaming desk. And then that desk will move away and be separate as an editing desk in that corner over that way. So, first of all, I have to get all that stuff off there. So I'm going to get started with that. Okay, so we have the toppings all off, and as you can see, this is it's been abused. I bought this vinyl wrap, which is meant to be a matte black to put onto this thing. It's got a lot of bumps and a lot of nicks in it before I even stick it on, so I'm not too sure how this is going to turn out, but we're going to give it a go. If you can see over here, there's the ripples and that. When I first started it, I thought, okay, well, I've really done and messed up now. But when you actually, over here, once you actually take a cloth and a hairdryer and actually start smoothing it out, it actually comes out pretty good. So, note to self, bearing in mind that I'm a complete DIY noob. Okay, so after all of that, this was the finished product. It actually came out a lot better than I expected. In 2020 hindsight, I probably would have used a thicker vinyl. This was a very cheap vinyl because I'm trying to keep the cost of the project down. But as you can see every ridge and bump. Like there's where I didn't, I obviously didn't, you know, sandpaper properly. And of course I've got a break down this piece of wood, which is showing through quite nicely. But apart from that, I'm actually fairly impressed. Okay, and here we have the final product. I've done a little bit of work on the desk itself, but you can see it actually came out very nice. A lot better than I thought it was going to be, mainly because it's the first time I've ever done something like this, and I'm not really the best DIY person on earth. I did mess up the corners a bit, mainly because I didn't cut them properly and they looked very messy, so I got myself some of these foam corners and stuck them on there to make it look a bit better, and it does look quite nice. As you can see, the other one is also a bit messed up. And if you see here, there's actually a crack in the wood, and because it moves, what I should have done is actually put a metal plate underneath it and screwed that plate in there to keep it secure, and then maybe put in some wood filler and then sanded it properly. But you know, 2020 hindsight, I'm sure I'll change that again, and next time I know how to refurbish this desktop. Well, what can I say about my little DIY project? It was sort of successful. I think at the end of the day, the project came out
close to what I expected. Obviously, I picked up things which I didn't know about. This is the first time I'm ever doing this vinyl skinning of a tabletop anyway. So I think I would probably do it slightly differently. I would clean the desktop a lot better, sand it down, probably do a few patches here and there with some wood filler, and then sand it down properly again, just to get the proper finish that I wanted, because the vinyl that I thought I was getting was not quite as thick as I thought it was going to be, which would have smoothed out a lot of those imperfections in the wood, but it did not. So now I know. Anyway, I hope you found this little DIY project interesting at least. If you did, please like, subscribe, all those lovely things that YouTube needs. I will also put links down below for the specific vinyl that I used and some of the other things that were involved. I don't know that I would use this vinyl. If you've got more experience than me, then probably this vinyl will be fine, because it was quite a cheap vinyl. But I would probably look for something a little bit thicker. So if I can find something that I would probably use next time, I'll put those in the links down below as well. They are affiliate links, so if you do use them, they do support the channel. Thank you very much. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.